Kajanya kan art halo kedewan nang lumpong deng ha yam kelap nulong ke BGP mikalaya ban ai ke jing kentho halo kan kaman unong ai tin ke BGP mikalaya ba mari hom karkrang loong ba kam Jngohkai perthei kam dei ban sya khanglat na ke benta ban kenti wi ke yo ke kot yang ke jela tang ba ke Mariang ru kam dei ban sya penjat habawan ra ji kam penroi ulang ba kedewan nang lumpong deng kali ke wei ke jika don kam ban sumar bhai ke Mariang ban nagal yang BGP kam persya yang projek halumpong deng hanrei kamla pat ban pliang lada sya penjot kemariang ha juk ko ong ba ki jaka suka ke nanglut na ke jing sya pendon kam bat ke babatam ya ke suka kalong menja telang bat ki riusimet ni ki sinong ban kenti ya ke kam Jngohkai dak ba plilat ya ki trai sinong ha kan ni ke kam khnang ban yarap na ke jinglut ki jaka suka bat kan ni kan yarap do ban penne ya kneu suka bat ru kan ai jing yarap pisa ya ki breu simet ni ki sinong ban le ya ni ke kam Uang ro bun gi breu gi kwa ban pen kam mel ka jaka ban sedang kam Henry na ka jing jeruit jeruat plat ki kendon kala pen ngia ya gi breu bat kadon kam ya ka suka ban pensuk bat pen bai ya ka nei ka kom.
See, the recent controversy surrounding the Lumpong Deng Island has raised some serious issues which go far beyond ecological concerns. See, from the environmental point of view, Umyam Lake is not just a scenic landmark. It is deeply embedded in the ecological and cultural fabric of Meghalaya. And Lumpong Deng Island is regarded as an environmentally sensitive zone. While tourism development is the need of the hour, the government must carefully consider ecological impact before green signaling any project. Negative ecological support will have far-reaching consequences on Meghalaya and our people. And on this, we urge upon the government to reconsider, to rethink about the whole project and take all measures to ensure that there is no environmental impact in the area. There are a whole host of tourism projects which are on the cards, and all of these are on government land. As you know, Meghalaya, the government of Meghalaya has a very limited holding on land in Meghalaya. What we have seen is that last couple of years, a lot of land has been leased out for tourism purposes and bringing the the high-end and tourism projects to the state. It is a welcome move, no doubt, but we would suggest the government to take a different line on this. And our line is that a lot of private parties have got substantial amount of land, especially in Ribhoi. Why don't the government felicitate these high-end projects with these private landholders and set up these projects rather than keep on using the government land? We welcome the government land that they have used for parking lots and for other purposes which will benefit the public at large. But there's certain things that we feel that government land being so scarce here in Meghalaya, we should not give the government land for such kind of projects. Private involvement would not only save the government land from disappearing, but would also give financial and other benefits to the private citizens of Meghalaya. Government land should be kept for other developmental projects like power plants, for example. Also, while construction companies from outside the state are always welcome, we do learn from the rich experience after all. But a certain percentage of labor and other workers must be hired locally. So whatever projects that the government intends to take, I think so certain clauses in the agreement should be there, that a substantial number of subsequently what are jobs being created should go to the local people from the state, irrespective of community, because this will indicate that this development that has come to the state, it has benefited a number of families. Because what is the point of having such development and gigantic projects if the local population remains deprived of economic and skill development benefits? There are local people who would like to utilize their land for business ventures, and projects. But there is one big but here, and that is the high registration fees of the land is too astronomical. So, which has prevented a number of these private landowners from thinking of any projects in their private land that they have. So here we would urge the government to reconsider and such registration fees to bring it down to a decent level where our people of the state can compete at a level playing field with the other proprietor or the other business people from outside the state. So these are the two things that we want to highlight, the Lumpong Deng and also the kind of investments that the government is bringing to the state. But we would like to see the government larger population rather than a very small population. We have not asked the government to scrap, but please take care of the environmental impact of this project. You know, it might be, you know, probably the project cost might go high also, might increase also, but it is worth it if you can save the environmental, ensure that the environmental impact of this place is protected. We have not asked the government to scrap, we have only asked government to kindly take all precautionary measures to ensure that the pristine nature of the place continues to remain for decades to come, so that our generations and future generations can enjoy the place. That's why I'm saying, in fact, yesterday also I had spoken to the press. I said that the people who are opposing it and the government should come across the table, and because the people who are opposing it, they are giving a different view and the government is giving a different view. And the only thing is what is being spoken has to also, be on the same line with what is being written. Now, what is being written is different and what is being spoken is different. So ultimately, what is being written, that will prevail ultimately later. That's why this is very important, because probably that island we can have a picture view of the island. I mean, you actually don't need to go to the island to enjoy what the island is all about. Because as it is for decades now, no one has ever gone to that island to explore the island. So let it remain as it is. Certain times we have to leave these such pristine areas in the way that they continue to be. Many of these people have owned lots of properties. This property has come down to generations, and they actually don't have the hard cash, for payment of such high registration fees. So this has prevented them from, tying up with other companies from outside to develop the area. So that is what we have requested the government. This is a suggestion to the government, and allowing more of the private land to be to ensure that tourism develops in the state is a better idea rather than surrendering away a lot of government property. But anyone who's got the land, he would like that property to be put to best use. Now here is where the government comes in to facilitate these investors from outside with the private players can be the middle ground for the two to meet together can.
So you mean to say government should act as a facilitator?
Exactly. In fact, government should not be running business. Okay, and you see, we have so many power plants there in Clearyat. Now these are where are being set up. Do you think all this investment there is being being spent by the local from there? No, they are investors from outside. So likewise, when it comes to tourism project, and which is, in fact, cement plants are much more environmentally, not very friendly. But when it comes to tourism, you can have these private players come from outside, and the government acts as a middleman so that the two come together.
So how